Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about Uranus transiting the 10th house in a natal chart. Now, on average, Uranus will traverse a house for approximately 7 years. However, if your house size is a little bit larger than average, then Uranus will be in there for a little bit of a longer duration. If your house size is a little bit smaller than average, then Uranus will be in there for a little bit of a shorter period. Well, anyway, people, first thing I look at when Uranus transits one's natal 10th house, you may see some upheavals, disruptions, and matters connected with your career and livelihood, perhaps even reputation as well. This could be a time where it could be very important if you're going to perhaps leave your career or profession to really think it over and make sure there's something lined up for you career-wise, because what could happen in this transit is that one can make a decision extemporaneously and really spontaneously, not really weigh the pros and cons of their decision, may not have something lined up. It might just be leaving a career just to extricate themselves from this position so they could have more freedom. And really, the thing is, you might be striving for more independence and freedom in matters pertaining to your career during this time. The 10th house is also connected with one's reputation, so it's possible you may experience on the negative side maybe something connected with some scandal, or you might have somebody trying to vilify you and maybe say slanderous lies in some examples, and in some instances, I should say, and it could impact your reputation negatively. As far as career goes, back to the career thing, if there's you may become interested in a Uranus-like thing as far as your career. You might decide to change a career vocation and perhaps pursue something connected with computers, electronics, something connected with an esoteric subject like astrology. If you're an innovator, this might be a time where maybe you get some notoriety and recognition for something that you may invent. Now, the thing is, too, the 10th house is also connected with our social status and how we are, perhaps in contrast with society in general. And this could be a time where you might experience some fluctuation and some upheavals with this. You might, at one moment, you might be doing really well and flourishing in terms of where you are in relation to society in general. Then something may happen where you take a step back. The 10th house is also connected with the dominant parent, which is generally the father. Now, if this person is still alive, then it could be a time where this person might be apt to be a little bit more unpredictable, may not be as dependable as usual, and maybe you might be seeing even maybe some ingenious or eclectic quality in this person during this transit. Now, the 10th house is also associated with one's public image. Now, this could be a time where maybe you decide when you go out to look a little bit more different in public. It could be a more professional look. For example, it could be something where you might wear something maybe more contemporary than usual, and maybe there's something even unusual connected with as far as your appearance to some degree during this time of this transit, Uranus transit to your natal 10th house. This could be also a period where, its career ambitions can experience some fluctuations and disruptions during this time. It could also be, when you look at this could be a time where you really, if you change a career, it could it could be something where you feel you have a little bit more freedom, where you don't want to be under authority necessarily. You want to at least be able to maybe you might very well want something where you can maybe be in business for yourself or have some freedom, at least to some degree, even if you're in a position, say, where there are authority figures. Now, it could also be a time where you might choose a career, make a career choice, and make some change in a career, I should say, where the career might be somewhat unconventional or unorthodox. So really, and it might be where you might get recognition maybe for doing something somewhat unique or somewhat different during this period. It could even be for, as I stated before, if you're an innovator, it could be something tied into an invention, or really it could also be a time if you may be able to get recognition for something else connected with Uranus, such as astrology, something connected with esoteric subjects in general. Could be something connected with some computer work or something connected or associated with electronics. Well, anyway, people, it's also important to look at the aspects, if any, that are made by this transit to your natal planets and points, as this could impact the transit. Now, let's take an example. Let's say that transiting Uranus in your natal 10th house is making a conjunction to your natal Neptune. Well, this could indicate perhaps that what you dream and fantasize about may be connected with the Uranus-like thing, something connected with ingenuity, esoteric subjects, innovation, electronics, computers, and being in the 10th house, this could be tied in to your career perhaps. Now, let's take another example. Let's say that transiting Uranus in your natal 10th house is making a square in conjunct or opposition to your natal Pluto. Well, this could indicate perhaps sudden upheavals and disruptions that may conflict with major transformations you are trying to attempt. And being in the 10th house, perhaps these disruptions and upheavals may be connected with the dominant pair, maybe some responsibility connected with him or her. It could be something connected with the career, and maybe just things going on with authority figures in general. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Uranus transiting the 10th house in a natal chart, and stay tuned next time where I'll be dissertating and talking about Uranus transiting the 11th house in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel, and secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.